Hi friends, hope you all are fine. Today I am going to discuss about Philip Sidney's poem Loving in Truth. Loving in Truth is taken from Astrophel, Promise, Astrophel and Stella, a collection of sonnets. And structurally this sonnet is Petrarchan sonnet. It is divided into two stanzas, unequal stanzas, and first stanza consists of 8 lines, it is called octave, and the second stanza consists of 6 lines, it is called sestet. The octave expresses his passionate effort to impress his beloved through his verse, and sestet shows his maturity, and that makes him realize that poetic inventions come spontaneously or naturally from the core of heart. It is an inborn talent. The structural scheme, the rhyme scheme of this sonnet is A B A B A B A B C D C D and E E. Now I am going to read the poem Loving in Truth. Loving in truth and fain in verse my love to show. Here, loving in truth means sincerity in love. First, I have to mention that Astrophel and the meaning of Astrophel and Stella. Astrophel means star lover and Stella means star. Here, Stella refers Penelope, Diviriax, and Astrophel refers to Philip Sidney himself, and it is his assumed name in his sonnet. In Loving in Truth, love is the key theme of this sonnet. Loving in truth and fain in verse my love to show, that she, dear she, might take some pleasure of my pain. Pleasure might cause her read, reading might make her know, knowledge might pity win, and pity grace obtain. Poet Philip Sidney wants to convey his true love by writing a verse to his beloved Penelope. He thinks if he writes a verse by expressing his love for her, then it would make her delightful, and out of delightness she would read the verse, and she took pity on him, and out of pity the poet might get her favor. To write poetry, Philip Sidney is searching the works of other literary masters. I sought few words to paint the blackest face of who, starting invention find her wits to entertain, of turning other lips to see if thence would flow some fresh and fruitful showers upon my sunburned brain. Here, Philip Sidney compares his brain with sunburned brain. Why? Because his brain is excited, and he is looking for the other works, and he is searching the other works of literary masters, but he is unable to find proper words to convey his feeling through verse. But words came halting forth, wanting invention study, nature's child, fled, step, dame, nature's blow, and others' feet still seemed but strangers in my way, thus great with child to speak, and helpless in my throes. Biting my truant brain, beating myself for spite, fool, said my muse to me, look in thy heart and write. To write poetry, he is searching the works of other great literary master, but he is unable to find proper words to express his feeling. Here he personifies invention and studies by means of human relationship, that of a child with a stepmother. Here study is compared with a stepmother, and poetic imagination is called natural, and nature's invention or natural. Poetic imagination comes naturally and spontaneously from the core of heart. It is inborn talent or it is inherited talent. Otherwise, study which is called stepmother of poetic invention. Poetic invention wants to get rid of study as it is natural and spontaneous. The poet has aroused in himself a poetic urge. He wants to write a poetry, but he fails to write it. So he is looking forward to write poetry. For that purpose, he is searching the works of other great literary master. Here, poetic invention means the famous literary piece or poetic inventions. The poet thinks that the works of other great literary master may help him. So that for that purpose he invokes muse. Here muse stands for poetic inspiration, and muse is, according to the mythology, muse is one of the nine daughters of Zeus. Muse advised poet to look in his heart and to write poetry, because poetic invention is spontaneous urge. It comes naturally and spontaneously from the core of heart, and he always poetic invention wants to get rid of the blow of study. Here we can find that he says, biting my truant pain. Here truant, what is truant? Truant is a undutiful child who cannot learn his lesson for the shirking of study. Similarly, a pen from which the urge and energy of creation has fled cannot produce even single line that can satisfy us. So he says that biting my truant pain, beating myself for spite. And Philip Sidney's approach to love in this poem is free from any angry denunciation and disquieting distraction. His love is absolute without in any uncertainty. And we also find that he says that his sunburned brain, he means to refer his hate oppressed brain. He metaphorically says that the work of other literary masters may freshen and activate his mind, which is incapable of producing fresh ideas for the lack of inspiration. And the key theme of this poem is love, and through the poem he wants to convey his message of love to his beloved Penelope, but he is unable to find proper words to write verse. For that purpose he is looking the works of other great literary masters, but he is unable, and at last he realizes that poetic imagination is spontaneous urge. It comes naturally from the core of heart, and it is always a natural process, and while study is its stepmother, and always poetic imagination wants to get rid of the authority of study. Thank you friends, hope my lecture will satisfy you, and please subscribe my channel. For this purpose click the bell button.